all these shortcuts that everybody now wants to take. You don't need it. Once you are a control freak, ultimately people are going to resist you, and there is nothing you can do about it. You cannot win the people all the time. You can win them most of the time, but one day they will kick. It's the history of life. Go and read it. Hitler, every dictator in life had a terminal day. It's standard. There is nothing you can do about it. You can't fight everybody, especially your people. Without them, you are nobody. You can be the richest in the land, but the youngest of the land may be the one that will disgrace you. That's my advice to anybody listening to me, that if God has helped you and you get power, don't ever abuse power. See the way I was speaking fondly about Chief MK Abiola. I have fond memories of so many politicians. My first baptism of fire was with the former deputy governor of Ondo State, Chief Akewongorewo. The rigging of MPN, when they rigged, and he saw they were killing his people, immediately he called, he said, please, I'd rather they don't kill my people. I'd rather not be a governor than watch my people being killed, houses being burnt in Akure, in Nigeria, Ekiti, everywhere, people fighting, running helter-skelter, That's leadership. That's leadership. You can't let people die because of power. In Port Harcourt tomorrow now, if care is not taken, so the Wike forces will meet the other forces, and then who dies? It's the innocent kids. So we should call on the federal government to try and rein Wike in, because it can be a loose cannon, and if they don't control him, the repercussions will fall on the federal government as well. They can't watch him say because he helped them when they were doing election, therefore they turn him into a demigod. No, they should call him to order and tell him he's fighting in Abuja already. He's going to go and fight in Rivers again. You can't do that. You accused Amechi of taking the private jet of the state. You too, you've done the same thing. You've carried it. Even the second one now, people are complaining they don't know where the second plane is. So you are the one controlling everything from Abuja. Let the governor enjoy himself. He's a governor. He has only 8 years. You've done your own 8 years. Go and stay in Abuja. Wike is my aburo, and I never disrespected him. I just told him the truth. I said, you are brilliant, you are hardworking, but you have anger problem. You get angry, and he doesn't like to hear it, but that's the truth. This Abuja, where he is today, if he's not careful, you will see what will happen. They will force him to be removed. There are powerful people in Nigeria. Forget all this. I'm not afraid of any man. The day a man utters such in his mouth, that's the end. How can you say you are not afraid of any man? Even God, and he's a Christian, says, render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's. You can't say you are not afraid of anybody. You can say, I will do my job well. I will do my job well. That's humility. You are a servant of the people. You are not their emperor. You are not their lord. You are a servant of the people. So if nobody can tell you because of what they hope to get, we will advise you. You don't have to listen, but we will continue to advise you. You in Nigeria, you say, yeah, I'm not afraid of anybody. Once they will cook you till you be soft. In Nigeria. You must, no matter what, you can disagree with people. There's nothing wrong with that. I disagree with people all the time. I disagree with APC. I still disagree with them. But I won't come down to use of gutter language. I will take you out with superior logic and with brilliant language. That is what they call every tower arrogance. So if you think I'm arrogant, it's because of knowledge. When you have knowledge, you can't take crap from people who think they are God. No, You can't. People accuse Chief Obafemi Awolowo of that. He never apologized for it. That they say when you are intelligent, you speak intelligently. Anybody who feels offended, sorry, Emma Bino. That's not being rude. But if someone is rude to you, nobody has a monopoly of rudeness. There is a limit to what you can take. And sometimes I wonder, what is the problem in our own country? We have everything. We have taste. We have class. We have money. We have population. And just to have people who think first about Nigeria and not about, oh, I'm now a minister. I am now a this. Our problem is there is just this too much gra in power. You know what my literate mom called Moju or Larry yeah, you know. So it's all about, okay, now is my turn. So how do you find time then to plan what you want to do in government when you are only planning about what you must? Because people are going some of your friends will even tell you are a fool. Oh, this is your own chance. If you don't make it now, don't come and talk to us later that you don't have money. You know, this attitude, and that is why people think some of us are stupid or we are lying when we say we are not interested. Lying about what? If I'm interested in government appointment, it doesn't take much. Is it more than to lobby? Is there anybody whose house I cannot enter? I'll go and lobby, sit down there. First, you will join the political party. Anybody who wants anything from this government now will first of all join APC. Can't you see the way people are migrating to APC? In fact, the funniest now, I'm seeing all our celebrities. Oh, Supreme Court has ruled. So what we need to do now is to join us with government. It's our country. It's the same template. I've been seeing that template for 40 years. It's the same template. The people who steal your votes, they know that at the end of the day, you are so chicken-hearted and you are so cheeky that all you will say is, let us move on. A country of move on, move on, move on. A country must have opposition. All of us can be in government, even if we want to be in government. I volunteered. Nobody pushed me. Nobody forced me. I volunteered to be in opposition because that's what I'm used to. A country as poor and as impoverished as Nigeria needs men and women of conscience, of goodwill, of knowledge, not ignoramuses. Moving on to where? Where are you moving to? So, the next thing, you must congratulate. I've never seen any democracy where people say you must congratulate. If you disagree or you believe that someone stole your product, in fact, the best analogy I saw on social media was that somebody stole your wife and then you went to court and he won the custody of your wife. And then people are advising you that since court has granted him leave to take your wife perpetually, you must call to congratulate him. That's what people are saying. If somebody says, I am agreed, if somebody says, I don't want this person and I still don't, that does not make them enemies. Did you not see Ganduje and the Atiku inside the mosque? They greeted, they spoke. But it's a matter of principle. It's not about Atiku. It's not about anybody. You think if I see Asiwaju tomorrow, I won't greet him? I'll greet him. We're not enemies. But it's people who profit from Mandaru, who we want to create enmity. That so once Dele criticizes you, is your enemy. And so if you not take me as an enemy, I don't mind. That is not from me. A lot of people profit from that confusion. Yeah, it's true. Their intention is a one-party state. So now they are recruiting and brainwashing, because I know they are not even paying these guys. They are just brainwashing our celebrities now to be congratulating. All these things were planned, not today. That strategy was planned, not today. And it's not just about the present government. It has been like that since. There will be no democracy again in Africa until Africans find the courage to say if we don't want a leader, you can unseat that leader. Until you are able to do that, there will be no democracy. The template is very simple. Find the money wherever you can find it. Invest in the electoral body. Invest in the security arms. Invest in the judiciary. And everybody shall clap at the end. He has won, Joe. And they will give 1,000,001 reasons why you won. Thank you, Mr. John Odo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Pasigoldi, thank you so much. So that's the thing. Yesterday, I saw so many celebrities that I love so much, my brothers and sisters, falling over themselves. Oh, the time has come for us to move on. Me, I don't have any problem. You can move on. But me, I'm in opposition. I'm not moving to anywhere. I'm in opposition. None of you is closer to Tinubu than me. So if you think I'm stupid or I don't like money, there is nobody that has high taste more than me. But everything in 1-2-1. Do you know the meaning of that? You must be measured in everything. If you don't do more than yourself, you will survive, no matter how bad the situation is. The Yorubas have a saying, "Taban fojú abẹ́rẹ́ gúnyán, tó ń fi epo ẹ̀pà síbẹ̀, ẹni tó máa yó, ó máa yó, ẹni tí ò ní yó, kò ní yó." That's it. That's it. You must call to congratulate. You must. So because Supreme Court with all its controversies. In fact, I heard another analogy this evening. It is super. I need to read that one out. I don't want to paraphrase. Super. You were wrongly accused of murder and charged to court. You are convicted by the... Did you hear that? You were wrongly accused of murder and charged to court. You are convicted by the High Court and verdict upheld by the Appeal Court. As Supreme Court, your lawyers got a CCTV footage that proves you did not commit the crime. The Supreme Court justices said, since your lawyers didn't tender the footage at the lower courts, you will be hanged as earlier ruled. That is justice in Nigeria. Copyright Usman Muhammad. Did you hear that? They charged you to court for murder, which you did not commit. So, the High Court said you committed it. Appeal Court said you committed it. By the time you got to the Supreme Court, fortunately, a footage came that showed clearly that you were nowhere near the crime scene. But Supreme Court says, I'm sorry, it is too late to bring up any new evidence. You must die. And so people don't know the meaning of sacrifice. We need to talk about that as well. I don't know, I'm getting energized by seeing that people at this time are still watching. I'm very energized. People don't know about sacrifice. It is very convenient for me, number one, to join any government. I've never joined any government. Never in my life. Never. Even when I supported Buhari was sworn in May. By July, I started firing him missiles on the back page of This Day, Pendulum. He invited me, I think it was July 15th, to Aso Rock. Dele, what's the matter? I told him, well, there is no problem, it's nothing personal. This is who I am. I'd always fired every leader, because until Nigeria gets better, we can't be praising people who are doing nothing. You can't praise people for doing it. Will you praise your staff who gives you a headache every day? No. That's what some people want us to do. That is your friend, is your father, is your mother. So as long as your friend is in power, stop talking. Stop talking. That's what people are saying. And I'm telling you that even Asiwaju himself taught me how to talk. He used to talk. That's why they said he was a freedom fighter. So, sacrifice. That's the word. Don't stop thinking about what you and you alone can get. And let me tell you, God has a way of compensating sacrifice. I must also talk about that. Because people think you loser. Oh, I see people say you are a loser. Me, do I look like a loser? Loser, how? I just told you I will soak my gari with a jadidi fried fish. I'm okay. If there is dodo, bonus. No, what is life? In this house where I am, I'm in a 6-bedroom house. I'm sleeping only in one. So what is, I'm alone as I speak to you, except my staff who are probably in their quarters or in the kitchen somewhere or something. I'm alone in the house. So if I become minister or I become vice president or I become president, am I going to carry Aso Rock with me when I'm leaving? Sacrifice. This is what I want to do henceforth. Encourage people that when you are selfless, God will compensate you. Trust me. Don't be afraid. Don't think, oh, unless you become a voluntary slave, you can't make it in life. I see so many people who have volunteered to be slaves. It is not worth it. God did not bring you to this world to be a slave. You were a freeborn when you were born. So try to maintain it. That's my advice to the young cyber bullies who come on social media every night to abuse their fathers and their grandfathers' age mates. If abusing people could kill, all Nigerian leaders would have died long ago. I was telling someone tonight, I said, you know that most of our leaders are not even aware of all this abuse because they are not even on social media. It's me that you can harass now because I bring myself to social media to socialize with people. I don't mind. If you go to the river, you must get wet. I don't mind. You can abuse me. But I know if you know me and you interact more with me, you will know that there are still human beings in Nigeria who have that little principle. It's not a big deal. What I'm doing is not a big deal because, like I said, I'm not doing it because of anybody. I'm not doing it because somebody must be president by force. And fortunately, I have access to my principal, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and I know that he's not desperate. We chat. Look, his intellect is incredible. Incredible. I'm not a fool. I went to school, I have proper education. So if you think I'm doing this because I want somebody to, it is about Nigeria. There must be somebody who can advise government. And I'm advising government in my private capacity, not as special advisor. How many special advisors can walk up to the president and talk to him? They can't. When people were talking rubbish, Siddiq, Atiku, Siddiq, this, I sent a text to my principal. Immediately, he replied copiously with facts. That's what leadership is all about. You must be able to talk to your leaders. If you are inside, it is almost impossible. It's like in your office. Can a bank person in GTB or something just walk up to the office of his chairman? It's not possible. Or to the office of the MD. It's not possible. So you need people who are out there who can speak freely, who can speak truth to power. That's what I'm doing. And even if you don't like me for it, please tolerate me. Everybody cannot like you. And if you can't tolerate me, please challenge God. Because it's God that sent me on this mission. And I believe if 40 years after, I have not been in government, and I'm still able to talk, because 40 years is a long time in the life of any human being. And if in 40 years I've never been in government, I've never been in a ruling party, I salute me small now. I thank you. Let's all clap for ourselves or do thumbs up. Let's show love to ourselves. We don't have any enemies. Let's all unite. Our enemy is hunger. Our enemy is poor economy. Our enemy is dollar falling, free fall every day. Our enemy is our kids not being able to go to school. Our enemy is lack of education, proper education. It's not just even about going to school. Our enemy is we go to school, we get PhD, we don't have jobs. That is the enemy. The enemy is nepotism. The enemy is ethnicity. He's a Yoruba man, so I must accept him. He's an Igbo man, so I must accept him.